Yes, I'm back. I know, 2 videos in one day. Am I sick? Basically, I picked up one of the Sagittarius kits from Blood and Skulls. Tom is a great guy that manufactures some pretty nice stuff, and I saw this kit come out and I reached out to him. And so Tom over at Blood and Skulls hooked me up, got me a set of these things so I can do an unbagging or unboxing and review it. This is the new pieces. Anybody familiar with Tom's work with tracks, or Blood and Skulls Industries works with tracks, will recognize the oppressor treads. I have another kit coming with the Liberator treads on it for another tank. I'm doing 2 Land Raiders with wraparound tracks. This is an amazing kit. I've seen some people online with it already put together, and it just looks amazing, and I am extremely ecstatic to get to put one of these together today. So again, comparing his stuff to Forge World, here his I'm going to zoom in here. So here's the back. This thing comes with a new back plate because it's going to eliminate the you can't put the factory Land Raider back plate on there. So I'm going to clip that piece off. This thing is like super rigid. You don't have to worry about the Forge World warping. I'm going to go in and do the cleanup and stuff on it a little bit later on. So basically you get 2 short 3-piece rails right here, 3-piece, three guide wheels. You get 2 long, looks like 2 short, and then you get 2 more corner pieces. I'm going to peel some of this stuff off here, and we're going to see if we can't mock this up. Now, according to some instructions I've seen already online, don't glue the sides yet together for the Land Raider. I'm just going to work with the side. I'm not gluing anything together yet, just to kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at when you're putting this thing together. These pieces should sit on the rails that you would normally mount the Land Raider tracks to. So Land Raider tracks are recessed. This is actually going to poke those wheels out and make it sit higher. So that's pretty cool. I think we could probably get away, as long as I file this thing really good, I could actually get away with putting the 2 halves together and then mounting and seating these. So we'll go with this piece right here. As you can see, it's a little tight, but that's okay. We want it to be tight. Well, let's flip this around here. Now this is, from what I read online, this is not an omnidirectional kit. These things do go on here a certain way. So yeah, there we go. So if you look, there's notches in there to where it should go up behind the wheels. So it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to assemble this while it's all together. I don't know. Might be able to. No. So it's gonna have to be done in pieces. So the assembly is gonna go like this. So we've got this piece here. And that's gonna go there. And then this piece, I believe, goes right here. It's right there. So it goes like that. And then this piece will go like this. And this piece goes right here. Like that. Pretty slick. It's time to do some work here and see if I can get this thing to mount all up. Again, online suggestions show to not assemble the Land Raider fully until you've actually put these on there. Again, I don't necessarily understand or agree that that would be required, but who am I to go against convention? So I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna monkey with this thing just a hair and see if I can't get this all figured out, and then that way I can come back and show you what it looks like with the side assembled. Okay, I'm going to do a little cleanup here, and then I'm going to use blue tack to mock this thing up, just to show you the order and how I'm going to put it together. So I'm going to shave off some flash right there. So flash there on the front. I was reading online, I'll verify with Tom, but I believe that the way this kit ended up coming about is he scratch built Spartans using Land Raiders as the basis. And I guess he was approached by one of the guys on the forums to come up with a CNC or with a CAD draft of the wraparound track set, which could then be either sculpted or 3D printed and then run off as molds to allow for mass production. I believe that's how this whole thing came about. All I know is I've been wanting a Land Raider with wraparound tracks forever and a day. Had these come out, 4 or 5 months ago, instead of my 2As running around with just the new tracks on, they would be running around with new tracks with the wraparound tracks. So again, the pieces on these go on in a specific order. So this piece goes on here, and if you actually look at it, it will actually sit down on there almost exactly. Again, it should snap down in place. I don't necessarily know whether we have, it doesn't look like we have to trim the little mounting nubs off, but these should go right down into the mounting grooves for those. I had it lined up a minute ago, but apparently I moved it. So it's kind of like that. Like that. Again, and from the feel of it, it's going to be a really tight fit. So again, from the looks of it, looking down on the inside to where the post seat, it doesn't look like it should need a, doesn't look like it's going to need a, to be assembled after the sides put together. So, alright, let me do that, and then let me grab some blue tack, and we'll start mocking this thing up. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick some blue tack on those damn poles so this thing doesn't keep separating on me as I'm working. Now, with any aftermarket kit, and it's not necessarily specific to the stuff from Blood and Skulls, but any aftermarket kit, you want to completely dry fit everything before you go to start gluing stuff down. Because as shown in my assembly tutorials on a couple other things, I didn't dry fit the tracks very well the first time I used a set of Tom's tracks, and I ended up with a big old gap. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to dry fit and use blue tack to put the guide wheels on. Once I get it all figured out how it goes, then I will actually go ahead and assemble the two sides and get the track guides put in there, and then I will go ahead and put the tracks on. I mean, technically I really should leave the tracks off until afterward, but this is going onto a kit that's going to sit for a few before I can actually paint it. I've got other things I'm working on right now. So, oh, of course, look at that, put blue tack right where it doesn't make contact. A piece there, a piece here, and then looks like a piece right there should work. So. Where's that piece? Now, I believe these are universal. So I'm going to clip this piece off. Again, Tom's molding process is pretty damn cool. It's really nice. It does a really good job. I don't know why in the world I'm sitting here sweating like I am, because it's been cool out. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. All right, tack that into place. see there. That's blue tacked in place. And then I'm going to take the front piece, which, if you look, I believe that these two are also universal. There's no individual knobs or notches on each side. So I'll take one of these and clip that injection point off. Oh, see. Alright, well that was on me, not on anybody else. So, this is the piece that goes across the top, and in clipping it apart, I knocked the guide piece off. I clipped the guide piece off, so that's going to cause some problems when I go to assemble everything. And actually, I do believe that this is... Oh, there we go. Top, there's not any guide rails in there for the track, so when you go to glue this thing, when I go to glue this thing in, I got to make sure everything lines up correctly. You can see here this back piece can move back and forth because there's no rails to guide it on. And see there, I clipped that off. That was me getting a little happy with my big monster clippers. Not a big deal though, because again, the see, now it's going to leave a little bit of a gap, so I'll actually find the piece that I clipped off and broke and fix something up in there. Okay, so I think I'm about ready to go ahead and assemble this thing. So I'm going to get this thing pulled apart here, and I'm going to take this off. Take the blue tack off. Sweating like crazy right now. It's because I have my door closed. My kids are out there making noise, so... Alright, so we're going to start with the bottom piece first, of course, and I'm going to get this lined up like that. Now there's no locator pins on here, so you're just going to have to, when you're putting one of these together, you're just going to have to get that thing, you have to wiggle it around until it fits the best. And again, I mean, the tolerances on this is really tight.